Welcome to another Monday morning motivation. It's good to see everyone here alive and well, and we're grateful for another sunny day. It's steaming here, but we are grateful because a couple months ago we were freezing, and I don't like to be cold. Welcome back to another Monday morning motivation. And yes, we are still celebrating 6 years of MMM. Every Monday morning, we wake up and we say, we are going to stop making excuses. We're going to show up and represent. So today we have this wonderful, wonderful speaker with us, Gumhar Singh, and she's an artist and content creator. We can't wait to hear what she has to present for us today. Yes, this is our growth zone and our founder, Janine Jacob, and this is our growth zone. You can just scan and you can link up to previous webinars and listening, be inspired, be motivated. Yes, so we began in 2019 and we've been doing this every Monday morning. Can you believe that? We have nearly 6,000 members globally, and we have been having fantastic and inspirational speakers right throughout the years. Yes, 6 years and still going strong. So this is what we're all about. It's our vision, our mission, purpose, slogan, and our core values. We are a global community and platform igniting motivation, positivity, and personal growth starting from early Monday mornings, because Mondays are not our favorite days of the week. It's not mine. Our purpose is to motivate members to seize the day and build a driven community of people with growth mindsets. Yes. So here's our team. Yes. Rajni, Adrian, Estrelita, all of these persons work behind the scenes. Rosanna, Rosalind, Antonika, we are all here to support and we're all here to make it possible. Please connect with us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and WeChat, of course. And here's our speaker, our beautiful artist and content creator. I will allow her to introduce herself. She's my friend. Please welcome Gumhar Singh. Gurm, over to you.
Thank you, Jenny. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
To
Can you find the share? Yes, okay,
can you see it?
wonderful.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, just put it on screen share now, and we're ready to go.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm
Wonderful.
Gurm. This is like whenever someone asks me to introduce myself, I always like to use this picture because I consider myself a world citizen. I grew up as a third
Mm.
culture kid. So I'm originally from India, but I grew up in China. So China has always been like my second home because I spent 20 plus years there. And now I'm in Phuket, Thailand. So I'm an artist and content creator. Um, so this is one of my most special works I made. I combined everything, like all the like my top four cultures that I feel closest to. So India, China, Hong Kong, where I did my master's, and Thailand. So I do drawings like this. I love to combine objects and patterns inside. I also do paintings with acrylic and watercolor, and then I do mixed media um, with different combinations, but my favorite combination has to be hair art and pen because I stitch my own hair on paper. I can like share the links later. I don't have a picture right now, but yeah, I love to explore. Then I also write, as Jenny knows, because I share my like poems and blog posts and letters in her group. And then I also vlog like behind the scenes and events. So today I wanted to talk about like the lessons I have learned through everything. So because I want this to be interactive and participatory, so before I share my lessons, I want you to write in the chat or unmute your mic and share who do you think all of us professionally, personally have collaborated with the most in life and why? And is the experience negative or positive? I'll give you a few minutes. Anyone want to share? Yeah.
Yes, can you see the chat? Go.
We've all collaborated in building
Mhm.
friendships. And for me, that's a good one. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So for me, it is actually, this will surprise you. It's actually a trash can. And I think like as creatives, for me, it's always like the movie scene where, there's like paper all over the floor, crumbled, ripped up, like everyone just throwing it because you can't write an idea or you can't draw that stroke. And it's just like all the anger and frustration and the pressure just there. And I have experienced this so many times. In fact, just like yesterday, I was trying to come up with a new drawing idea and I couldn't. And I just started ripping and throwing away stuff. So I feel like it's all these societal pressures and these limiting beliefs that we have. I think we have all gone through that. Um, so whenever I feel that way, it comes out through emotion. But one day when I was looking through my trash can and I had this is I think when I first started drawing. So it was like 2016, 2015, something like that. So when I first started drawing, I used to draw in sketchbooks because that's the easiest way to carry them and just, just brainstorm, make it very raw, authentic, rough, and just a chance to play with everything. So when I first started drawing in sketchbooks, I just used to rip the pages out and not show anyone because they were horrible. According to me, it was like not fit for society and all the limiting beliefs, all the inner voices, the criticisms I've heard before kept replaying in my head. Like, you are not good enough. You can never be an artist. What kind of drawing is this? And even when I had exhibitions, when I became a full-time artist and had exhibitions, even in person, people used to come up to me because the exhibitions are open for everyone. I didn't want to like limit anyone to stop coming. So even people came up to me and in my exhibitions, they said like, you're not fit to exhibit. This exhibition shouldn't happen, and stuff like that. So all of these inner voices and thoughts kept replaying. And I also have fear of the future and toxic environments and all of that. So for me, when I first saw this experience, it was negative, very, very negative. And I thought I could never get out of it and never like get back to myself, find myself again, because I've lost myself so many times. But then another question for you. I see a lot of nods, so probably all of you have experienced this. But now I want you to think, if you had to choose 5 positive words to rephrase these feelings, thoughts, experiences. I like to call them breakthroughs because for me, I feel like every experience is a lesson and every experience happens for a reason, whether we see it or not. There's something better or something best yet to come. So I want you to write 5 words. Like, how would you rephrase this? The relationship between oneself is priority. Anyone want to share? Motivational, inspirational, growth opportunities. Yes, I will share the PowerPoint later after this call. Okay, anyone else? Life, resilience, opportunities, strength, intention, and willpower. I love these. I love these words. So for me, I agree with all of them. But for me, I think my words are celebration, authenticity, humanness, because I feel like for me, creativity has always been a human to human connection. Um, and I feel like everyone can relate, whether you have a hard time or whether you have like a joyful time, everyone can relate to it because we are all human and we all feel the same things, go through the same experiences. So for me, that's really beautiful, despite like sharing, despite going through all of the things in the trash can. It leads to beauty and it's a chance to experiment and explore what comes next. So when I look at the trash can now, I'm still learning this lesson because I still go through these moments and I have to remind myself of all the words you guys mentioned and all of the words I wrote. It's a difficult shift and difficult transition to make. Um, and it's really hard to share this. Like, honestly, I was so nervous for this call. Like, I'm talking right now, but inside I'm still shaking because I haven't done this in a while. Like, as a full-time, I have a full-time job and I haven't done this in a while. So for me, before this call, when Jenny messaged me, "Good morning, are you ready?" I was like, inside, I was like, am I actually ready? Just being real here. So for me, I had to remind myself that, it's a community and people can all relate to what I'm saying. And it's like, I'm supposed to motivate and inspire. So I can be real and human and authentic here. Um, and I'm also, like I shared last week, I'm also neurodivergent. So it's harder for me to just express my feelings and collect my thoughts. So I feel like whenever you go through such an experience, you should also try and reframe. Even if it's the smallest thing, like I don't feel like getting out of bed today, then just like, okay, maybe I can just open my eyes and lay in bed. Even if I can't get up, at least I'll open my eyes and expose myself to the world. Or just like small things to reframe makes such a huge difference. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Any comments?
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for allowing yourself to be vulnerable because it's a community where we don't have to put on a mask. We're just here to inspire each other. Not perfection, but just being present, just showing up. It's fine. It's good. You did a wonderful job. Now I want to ask you to share a bit about your journey. I know you shared a bit, but you are still a creative person. So how did you overcome these challenges, what person said to you, and how can you encourage others to do the same? Because I face the same, I face similar circumstances. We all do as foreigners living here. What can you say to us this morning to motivate us, to get us to overcome? Again, probably,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so for me, I started like in primary art classes. So my art journey, this is how it began. In primary art classes, we all have the curriculum, and people like teachers ask us to stick to the curriculum. Like draw that tree or draw that fruit in the fruit bowl, and everything has to be exact, measured, proportionate, and nothing can be out of place. So I used to struggle with that. I didn't realize it then at that moment that everyone has a unique art style and everyone can express differently. And it's okay to show that and be proud of that. For me, that was a limiting belief and a limitation. Like, why is my art and creativity so weird? Like, why do people just look at it and laugh and not understand what I'm trying to express? Like, that's such a horrible thing. And I used to like, I'm gonna fail. I'm never gonna be an artist. I don't like it. It's my least favorite subject. I had all of those limiting beliefs. Um, and I used to run away. I used to make any excuse not to take part in any activities, even the like coloring competitions, anything. Until I met my seventh grade art teacher. So one day she gave us a task, which was to glue a piece of paper into our sketchbook. And I was like, okay, that's a simple enough task. I think I can do that. Everyone else is doing it. But the piece of paper was bigger than the page in the sketchbook. And she wanted us to creatively fit it somehow. Like, so I just folded it up and just somehow made it fit. And I was like, yeah, at least I fulfilled that. Like, at least I'm good at something. Come on. And then we had those parent teacher conferences, and my teacher asked me to come. And I was like, oh my God, she's gonna tell my parents I suck and I'm a failure. She's gonna give me a bad grade. It's gonna be horrible. Because I'm like, I have to go. That means I'm in trouble. So I went, and my teacher told the story of the paper and the sketchbook. And to my parents, she said, your daughter is so talented, and like, we should encourage her and support her. And I was like, am I hearing this correctly? Because no one had ever said anything like that to me before. And I was like in shock. Like, I was actually frozen. I was like, what is going on? Like, is this actually happening? And then since then, she encouraged me to just explore my art style, just develop, not even, she's like, you don't even have to like it. You just have to be confident in what you're doing. And because everyone's different, and it's okay to be different, it's okay to show your own light, shine your own light. So yeah, that's how my art journey began. And then through middle and high school, I met a lot of encouraging teachers who helped me develop this into a hobby, a passion, everything. And then I took a gap year because I was like, there's no way I can make this a full-time career. Like, it's a hobby, but there's no way I can actually survive just doing this because I had those starving artist stereotypes. I had all of that. So I did my bachelor's in communication and I was like, I will get a real job, a proper job that I can actually earn, and then I'll just do my art as a side business. It's not like that good anyway, it's just a hobby. Until then, I hadn't shared my art with anyone, only my close family and friends and teachers. But yeah, no one in the world knew I did this. So I did my bachelor's in communications and I was like, yeah, I'll just do a marketing, PR, advertising job. But then it grew into something more because even when I was studying, I filled sketchbook after sketchbook after sketchbook and I just couldn't stop. It became like an obsession, like you're addicted to something and then you just, like, I OD'd on art basically. Um, and then I took a gap year because I was like, I have to figure this out. Like, who am I actually? What do I actually want from life? So I took a gap year and I it was the scariest thing I've ever done. I shared my first piece on social media. And I was like, hey, world, I'm an artist. What do you think? Give me some feedback. And the feedback was so positive. It was like, you should make merchandise. Do you do commissions? Do you sell in like fairs and bazaars? I'm having this event. Do you want to set up a booth here? And I was like, oh wow, I can actually probably do this. Like make this full time. So that's what I did in my gap year, just built my website, built my social media, exhibited, made merchandise, did commissions, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. But being the first ever artist in the family, I was like, how do I break this news to everyone? Because no one knew about it. Like no one had any knowledge, no one like had any experience with it. Uh, so I was like, okay, so I probably need like education or some training or some internship with it. So that's what I did. I did a master's in art and then I did some internships in art galleries and yeah. So and now I'm doing art not now, but then I started doing art full time. I did like studios and interviews and yeah, so that's my journey. And yes, Sam, I will share my website later.
Wow, so powerful. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, the inner critic, instead of ourselves. We're not good enough. It is not good enough. I know exactly
Mhm.
what you mean because when I wrote my first book, I was saying, who's going to read this? No one is going to read my book. And then
Mhm.
I began to write and I wrote my second book and third book. And now I'm on my sixth book. And I'm still
Wow.
saying, wow, who's going to read my book? But then people are now reading, they're being motivated, empowered by my story. So I have to turn all that inner critic and use positivity to say, this is me, is my art, is my expression. You don't have to accept it, but I'm being true to who I am. I'm being authentic. Yes. And I think
Yeah.
that's what we really need to grasp. You don't have, what we have is not for everybody. Okay. Your art is not for everyone. What I have,
Mm.
my books are not for everyone. But they represent something so unique to us, and we're willing to
Mhm.
share it with the world. Thank you so much, girl, for sharing that story.
Thank you, Jenny.
Go ahead, you can open your microphones. You can share your thoughts about her art or even comment or share your own stories as well. Okay, do you have any questions at this time? Yes, go ahead, Sam.
You said at the beginning about one thing that people share, right? What have we collaborated with the most in life? And I think that, yeah, art is it, right? How do you express? Yeah, that's it. What have you collaborated with the most in life? And I think we all have some art inside of us, right? Whether it's writing books like Jenny or painting or drawing, and we all have something. And it's just about finding the right art for us and expressing who we are, like you said about finding your art style, right? Just be confident and go for it. Yeah, that can be difficult. That can be so difficult. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
so thank
what
you for
kind of
sharing
art
today,
do
by
you
the way.
do, Sam? Sorry to interrupt, but
What
what
kind
kind
of
of
art
art do
do I
you
do? I haven't found my art style. I do lots of different art. I'm just trying to see. I make these small things. I like handcrafts,
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
but my office is littered with things that I make, just none of them are around my desk. But it's about being confident, like you said, be confident and just keep going. And every so often, like I'll make a few of these and then I'll stop for 6 months and my head will be full of those in a few six. And yeah, it just takes a while to get back into it, you know? Yeah, can be difficult. So thank you for sharing because it's hopefully I'm feeling inspired, but I always feel inspired after these, but I'm feeling inspired to go and just do something, you know, like draw or paint or make something or just go for it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I'm happy to hear that you feel inspired. Yeah, and if you want to share your art sometime, I'm always happy to see it.
Germ, do you have any upcoming programs you would like to share with us? Do you have a workshop for beginners? Because I can't draw a straight line. I know that. So, but we express ourselves in different ways, in the clothes that we wear, not just to draw and paint. I cannot draw to save my life. I know that my kids at school, they always laugh at my work, but it's okay. I've accepted that I am not the drawing kind of person, right? But I express my thoughts through writing. So do you have any workshops for people like me who can't draw a straight line?
I don't have any workshops at the moment, but if I do in the future, I'll let you know first. Right now, I'm actually also doing a full-time job because that's
Mm.
another story for another day. But yeah, my Thailand experience has been also very rocky. But yeah, right now I'm actually working in the library, also another creative thing. So yeah, I'm working in the library at an international school. So I've been quite busy with that. So it's also been hard to find the balance to like be an artist and work in the library and rest and not be like so overwhelmed and exhausted. So I'm currently trying to figure that out. But yeah.
And I wanted to ask, so what brought you to Thailand?
Uh well, we just needed a change and like since COVID, our family hadn't seen each other. So we wanted to reunite as a family, and we had to do, in order to do that, we had to get out of China because you all know what COVID was like in China. So, yeah, we found Thailand because my mom got a job here first. So we found like Phuket the place to be at the moment.
Good, nice, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really love the piece, the drawing that you share because it's really, so insightful, inspiring, and all the beauties about Asia are there. I mean, you didn't miss anything. I mean, to me, it really looks like the perfect piece. You can actually, give as a present to anyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I also drew this when I was feeling quite lost and like, who am I trying to figure myself out again? So it's always been like creativity has always been the therapeutic coping mechanism, refuge for me. So yeah.
It's really beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what's our assignment for this week, girl? What should we do?
I think you should just, I'm still figuring that one out, but I think whenever you have a negative thought, just try and find a way to reframe it into something, if not positive, like not everything can be positive, but even just like a neutral thing. So like try and get out of the negative zone. Yeah.
Oh, well said. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So do we have any other comments at this time? Any questions? You can speak with Germ. She's in our chat, in our community. You can contact her. And of course, you can see more of her work on our website and connect with her, of course, because I believe we're all creative in some way or the other, whether it's in our fashion, the way we speak, even the way we wear our hair. All of that is about being creative, but it's for us to be authentic, to be true to who we are, and not say, okay, I'm not good enough, this is not accepted, but to reach a point where we can say to ourselves, this is me. And
Yeah.
I want to be true to me. I want to be true to myself, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. And if we have no more comments, I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. Continue to just connect with others, be positive, share, be inspired, and inspire. And we'll see you next week with another creative artist on our Monday morning motivation. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
for having me. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Stella, Sam, Amy, of course, and so many others who came on. Maya, Magali, Lucille, Frank, Nadine. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing with us. Have a wonderful week. This is beautiful. Share
Bye.
share others in our chat. We'd love to see your other work.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.